Hey guys, now in this video we will discuss our second example of Azure Event Grid Trigger, and in this trigger we will be using Logic app. So guys, behind the scene this example will use system topic only. So guys, before we discuss anything further, let's quickly try to understand what is topic. So topic, it is some common place where when the events are generated they get published. So again, events get published to the topic, and subscriber subscribes to the topic only. So again, because we have the topic, events gets published to the topic through which they become available to the subscriber. Okay, and then we may have system topic and custom topic. So system topic, it is for the events which are generated from Azure resources. So for example, when a new blob is uploaded, or when a message arrives in service bus queue. So those type of events which are generated from Azure resources, they get published to the system topic. But let's say we want to create and publish our own custom events, right, based on our custom requirement. So in that case we can create custom topic, and then we can generate and publish custom events to that custom topic. Okay, now here what is our requirement? So basically, when a new blob is uploaded, we want to read blob URL, and then we want to save that URL in SQL Server. So of course we will have Logic app, it will have trigger, that is event grid trigger, and the trigger will be blob created, and thus when a new blob is uploaded we will receive that event. So when we receive the event, that means we will receive that event JSON. So we will pass that event JSON, and finally we will read that URL of the uploaded blob from that event JSON, and we will save it in SQL Server. Now guys, you might be having a question that for this scenario why we are using event grid trigger. We can use the ready-made available blob uploaded trigger as well, right? Yes, so that is also another solution. And before we implement this solution, we will first understand the difference among these two solutions. Okay, so guys, we are in Azure and I have created this Logic app, and now first let's try to understand why we should not use blob upload trigger. So here I will click on this add a trigger, and here I will search for blob, and here I will select this when a blob is added, and of course we have to provide the connection. So I will add this connection and I will pause this video. So guys, here I have just added authentication type as access key. I have provided my storage account name and then access key for the storage account, and here I will say create new, and now let's select the further details, that is blob name, then container is my container. And guys, see this, how often do you want to check for atoms, and here we need to provide that interval, that is after which, that is how frequently it should check for whether a new blob is uploaded. So let's say if we specify 5 minutes, and let's say there is no blob uploaded in an hour, still this trigger, it will run every 5 minutes. So unnecessary we are wasting the bandwidth and we are increasing our cost, right? So instead it's better to have a mechanism, that is it's better to have a event grid trigger which will specify us whenever a new blob is uploaded, and we don't need to constantly check whether there is a new blob uploaded or not, right? So that's why instead of this, let's go with that solution of using event grid trigger. Okay, so again we are in Logic app, and let's say add, let's select hosting plan as multi-tenant. I will say select resource group, then let's give name to our Logic app, and now I will say review plus create, and then create. Now let's open our logic app. Logic app designer. Now trigger, it will be event grid, right? So let's click on it, and here I will say event grid, and let's select this when a resource event occurs. And guys, as you can guess, here we have to specify the resource type. So from this, let's select resource type as storage accounts. And of course, we have to select the subscription, resource name. So again, it is our storage account. And here we have to specify the event type, and the event type, it will be, see this, blob created. So let's select it, and basically that's it, and let's just collapse it. And now let's just save. Let's close this, and let's click on run history. So obviously this logic app will get executed when we upload a blob in our storage account, right? So let's do that. So guys, we are in our storage account, data storage, containers, my container, upload, browse. Let's upload this car1 image, and I'll say upload, and basically that's it. And let's check if our logic app got executed. So again, we are under run history. Let's say refresh. So yes, our logic app got executed. Now let's open this. Let's open this. And guys, under outputs, can you see this event data? And see this event data, it contains, see, content type, of course it is image, that is JPEG. Then URL, you can see the URL of this uploaded blob. So basically we want to read this URL and we want to save it in SQL Server, right? Then if you see this event type, it says blob created. So basically we have all the basic information about this event, okay? And now guys, if you see from outputs, from event data, somehow we have to read this URL, right? And then we have to save it in our SQL Server, right? So let's do that. Now guys, let's do one thing. Let's simply copy this event data. So I will tell you why we need this. So let's just copy it, and maybe let's paste it in some notepad. Now let's close this logic app designer. And guys, now basically we are going to use action parse JSON so that we can read the contents of JSON and we can parse those. Okay, so let's click on this, add an action. I will say parse JSON. Let's select this. And guys, see this, here we have to specify the content, that is from where we will be reading that JSON, right? And so here if I select this, and see this, we are reading the JSON contents from this event data. And again, this event data is available from our previous action, that is when resource event occurs, right? But then here we need to specify the JSON schema as well, right? So let's click on this use sample payload, and from this sample payload Azure will automatically create that schema, and hence we had copied it in Notepad. So let's say done. Yes, schema has been auto generated. And now let's just collapse this. And now we want to save this data, that is URL, in SQL Server, right? So let's add that action, that is SQL action. We'll say SQL, see more, insert row. Now guys, again we need to provide the connection to our SQL server. So again, in the interest of the time, I will pause this video. So guys, I have created SQL connection. It is simple, straightforward process. You just have to specify server name and username and password. Now let's select the server name, database name and the table. See guys, I have already created this table, that is TBL blob details, and if I show you, see this, it has just one column, that is blob URL. Okay, and as of now there is no record in this table. Now here let's click on this show all, and see this, immediately the column from this table, that is TBL blob details, becomes available. And now we have to insert the blob URL, right? So let's click on this and on this, and guys, can you see this, see more? So basically we have the inputs available from this parse JSON action. So I'll click on this see more, and see this body URL. So let's select this, let's collapse, and now let's say save, and basically that's it. And now let's try to upload another blob, and now the complete URL of that blob should get saved in our SQL DB. So here I will say upload, browse, and let's say car2 and upload. Now let's go to our logic app and let's see if it has been executed. So under logic app, run history, and yes, see this, it shows successful. So let's open it. It seems SQL action has been completed successfully, and let's cross check. Yes, we can see the URL of uploaded blob, and see this car2.jpg. So that's it guys for this video. Thanks for listening.